Hello, everybody. It's Friday. That means time for another topic of the week. So, first things first, last week's topic on the Horde meta. It seemed like most people were in agreement with me that they haven't seen it manifest, and that, for the most part, it's not that there's not people playing Hordes. Of course there are. But it's that they tend to be playing Hordes where it already aligned with the strategy of that army or battalion or whatever, as opposed to just trying to, shove Hordes into everything just to have them, which I think makes sense. Certain armies just want to be elite, and even though they have the capability of taking a large number of troops, it often isn't actually beneficial. You need the different tools that those other small elite units bring to the table. Not always the case, there are exceptions, but I think for the most part that's pretty true. I think there's also something to be said for the idea that overcommittal in any one area, especially in Age of Sigmar, which is very fluid in how it moves, can be, sort of detrimental. Like, the game just usually requires you to be in too many places at once. And so overcommitting a lot of your resources to one place where things could go bad is an easy way for things to go bad. Hey, that's how that works. But lots of interesting feedback there. All the response videos are linked in that video, and that video is linked down below. So if you want to go back and check that out, feel free. But this week, as we sit here on the eve of the Necromunda pre-orders, basically, and all of that happening, I thought it'd be interesting to turn to Necromunda and talk about it. Necromunda is a game that I know a lot of people have a deep and really enduring love for. This came up on the stream when they were interviewing, one of the designers. He said, well, look, I still play Necromunda. Up to the point we started designing this, I was still actively playing Necromunda. I still had a regular Necromunda game. And Necromunda, it should be noted, came out in the early 90s. Early to mid-90s, whatever. You get the idea. I don't want to argue over what year falls when. It came out a long freaking time ago. More than 20 years. And for that to endure that long tells me that there's definitely a lot of people who held this close to their heart. I think it's a lot of the same story as Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl famously had an ongoing league. Necromunda always had the infusion of the role-playing elements, and in that way it was actually a return to form. The roots of Warhammer are of a mixed game between role-playing and miniatures. It's easy for us to think about it, especially since the sort of matched play scene gets the most focus. It's easy for us to think that that's sort of always what it was, and that is the Warhammer that has always been, but that's not really true. Warhammer's roots are very much more infused with things like D&D and with the role-playing aspects. And so this is sort of a return to that in a lot of ways. So the question is, as the reviews are now all going up for Necromunda, are you excited about Necromunda? Are you going to be picking up the box? Are you going to be playing it? Are you looking to integrate it into your rotation, joining a league, stuff like that? Because it very much does allow for sort of campaign/league play. That's always been the appeal of games like Necromunda or Mordheim. They're shorter, and they tend to be the kind of thing you want to get a league around, or a campaign around, however you want to think of it. So is that on your docket? I know I'm going to be picking it up solely because I did always love Mordheim. My experience with Necromunda is admittedly limited, because I started it sort of right in the wrong time to be into Necromunda, but then very shortly, a couple years after I started, Mordheim came out, and that was my jam, that was my speed. But I'm excited about the return of this. I especially love the new models, and so of course that's always the easiest candy for me. The Clan Escher models or whatever are fantastic. I already have plans for them. I've been looking at paint schemes, so I'm thrilled about them. That'll probably be a unit going to competition next year, because I think that they're a wonderful chance to do some to bring some maybe 80s infused style into it. So we'll play around with that and see what happens. But are you excited? What do you think of the models? Are you happy with the updates? Do you feel they still preserve enough of the old aesthetic? You're going to be picking up the game, and are you looking to get a campaign or league or whatever going on in your area? So there you go. That's the topic this week: the return of Necromunda and everything associated with it. As always, Comment down below, let me know what you're thinking, or make a response video. Always love to see those, and I link those down below this video, so you can always return here and find those vids. But as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.